Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and I'm coming at y'all with this video. It's a product video. So the products that I am going to go over, I have either used them before, whether it was years ago or I just started back using them within the past year or so. Something that I started just to see how it was going to be and I just fell off on using them, or this is something or a few things that I just got not too long ago and I'm about to start using them. And also I might mention some things that I plan to get that I haven't been able to get yet for one reason or another. So some of the things I do have, I'm not bringing them in here with me, or I'm not going to show them on camera, but I will show most of the things that I do have. So the first thing that I have in my arsenal is some organic, unrefined, virgin. I said virgin. I don't know why I always say that. It's like my mouth just want to say what it want to say. Organic, unrefined, virgin coconut oil. I have a big jar of it, and what I have been wanting to do for years is oil pulling. And reason being, I have had issues with my teeth. I've gotten 2 pulled and I want to get 2 more pulled and be done with it. But in an effort to save them, I'm gonna try this because I've heard amazing things about oil pulling, and I actually don't use toothpaste anymore. I just use coconut oil and a little bit of baking soda, mixed together, and I brush my teeth with it. Don't have any issues with anybody I work with or any of my friends saying that my breath stinks, and to me my teeth look fine. But one day when I am able to afford it, when I get all my good and wonderful work done that I told y'all I plan to get, I am gonna get my teeth whitened to a certain extent so that the work that I want to get done, it can be the color it needs to be, because very, very, very small bits and pieces won't be my actual teeth that came from me. You know what I'm saying? So that would only make sense anyway, and that's a part of the process. So gonna try that. And I just like coconut oil anyway. I have always liked coconut oil. It is an amazing antibacterial type of product to use anyway. I cook with it sometimes, whether it's a snack of doing popcorn from scratch like that on the stove, or just throw it in the bottom of a pan as a way to have something non-stick or whatever, y'all. I mean, I use it. I haven't been using it religiously like I used to, but like I said, I'm starting to back up, and hopefully this oil pulling will be amazing. I'm very excited about it. And one of my friends, she's doing it too. And it was funny that she mentioned it because I've been wanting to do it for years. And I was like, wow, I had just bought this big thing of coconut oil and she had already started. And she said that she feels like it's gonna work for her. So I hope it works for both of us, to be honest. So moving right along. I guess since we're talking somewhat about freshness, I am using something that I'm sure a lot of you have heard about by now, which I've heard about quite some time ago, and I had some like maybe 5 years ago, and then I just stopped using it. But this is another brand. This wasn't the brand I had, but it's this. Chlorofresh liquid chlorophyll. Supposed to be an internal deodorant. So I just started back using it, and I just randomly stopped. I'm not consistent with just about anything. And it's crazy because I used to be when I was younger, and now I just got to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it. I'll literally think about it. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it. So with this particular one, what you do is you take 2 tablespoons either once or twice a day, either by itself or mix it in something. And I have the one that doesn't have flavor. The first time I got it, it had mint flavor, and I just thought that maybe that would help even more because you would have mint going throughout your body or whatever, y'all. I feel like it don't really matter. And I'm actually gonna have a little bit of that later on, and it's supposed to be amazing. So, let me see. I'm actually gonna also debut one product that I will probably never use again unless I go to a doctor and figure out if there is just a specific brand I need to use or if there's something in it that I'm allergic to. But it's weird because when I've done research on it, they said that it's all natural. Nobody has ever reported having any kind of allergic reaction, but I had an allergic reaction to it. So let me go ahead and put this in the mix now since I am kind of talking about it. This liquid olive leaf extract. This is a liquid supplement. It is supposed to be amazing for detoxing. It's just basically like everything that you hear about black seed oil, which is one of the things that I don't have that I want to get. It's just supposed to be amazing. Like, even said stuff about how you can be rid of cancers and all this stuff that like doctors don't want you to know about. In most cases, a lot of people just take this stuff every single day and it just keeps them on their toes. They don't have colds, they don't get sick, all this stuff. But I don't know if it's this particular brand or not, Seagate. But yeah, liquid olive leaf extract is not for me. I actually took a picture of what happened to me. So to make a long story short, I had been taking it. I actually was trying to be taking this religiously because I've just heard so many great things. So I was like, yes, let me get this in my life. So I bought it. I mean, it was Rush Express stuff. They just sent it so fast. I was just like, yes, this is meant for me to go and get and take now. Y'all, I got it. As soon as I got it, I prepared it the way you're supposed to prepare it, all that stuff. Took it, got it the next day, took it. So the weekend came around. Only thing I was scared of, for me anyway, whenever I take anything, I'm always scared that it is going to do something to me and make me have to go to the bathroom because I already had gastrointestinal issues anyway. Doctors already said what nothing they could do about it, so it's just something that I live with, and I usually know my limitations, so that's why I don't really like to introduce my body to things that I don't know about. So when I did this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start off just going by this and doing the minimal that you could do, and I should be fine. Y'all, I looked down as I was using the bathroom, coincidentally. I looked at my thigh, my left thigh, the part of it that's kind of right next to my knee. And I was like, what's going on right here? And it looks like, the best way I could describe it is really bad stretch marks. And it was this pattern, and I had never seen it before, and it freaked me out because I had never had a breakout on my thighs. And when I have had breakouts, it's been because I had some kind of animal bite, and I don't react well to any type of animal bite, whether it's a mosquito. I've been over somebody's house and got bitten by bed bugs, and it took forever for whatever's in their saliva to get through my body and to be completely done with the itching and pain and all that stuff, y'all. And when you touch it, it's like kind of painful, and it was kind of not really solid, but it was kind of hard. So if I wanted to like put pressure on my knee, like if I'm sitting on my knee or something like that, you know how like you might stand up and like have one leg straight and the other one just sitting on a chair or something, I wouldn't be able to do that because it would have felt like my thigh was about to bust open in that spot. It was so weird because I talked to my mama and I told her about it, and she was like, well, have you eaten something that you haven't eaten before or whatever. And I was like, no, I had to think about it. And I talked to my mama that Saturday. I was like, Mom, I did have something that I ain't never had before. And I wouldn't have thought that that was going to do that to me, considering what it was. So, y'all, I was so disgusted. I was like, oh my gosh, I really wanted this stuff to work. So, be careful with that. Like I said, when I do get insurance, when I get my good job, that I feel going to happen to me before summertime hits, and I'm able to afford insurance and all that stuff, I'm going to see if I have some kind of allergic reaction to anything that's in that, because I really wanted to use that. I ain't heard nothing but good things about it. So anyway, I digress. As many of you all know, I have a lot of gray hairs. I have gray hair here, I have gray hair there, I have gray hair everywhere. So something that I mentioned before in one of my other videos, something that I heard about and I was hopeful that it was gonna work for me, is this blackstrap molasses. This is supposed to be the brand and all that most people would use, and I was like, look, I don't care what it is. If I can naturally reverse graying, I'm here for it. And I saw this woman's video where her hair looked like mine. She looked like she relaxed her hair. Her hair was red like mine and all that, because you know it's been in the sun, after chemicals have been in it. So I'm like, ooh, her hair looks exactly like mine. And she actually showed the progression. So I was here for it. I was like, oh my gosh, this could work. I'm telling you, when that video was over with, I was online looking it up, looking up more information on it. I do research on stuff. I was looking. Then I ordered it and it got here pretty quick. Yet again, another product I thought was gonna be amazing for me. Cool, y'all, I sat up there and I tried it and I don't like the way it tastes. I am used to regular molasses, so I was like, well, what's the difference? And I was like, well, I mean, it ain't that bad. So I thought, because I did like one of these little like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. No. Whatever the amount was that she took was what I was doing. I was doing whatever she said she did. I was trying to do exactly what she did because I wanted the same exact result she was getting. Y'all, I did that. And I actually was consistent. I mean, I would get up and before I would walk out the door, I would warm my water up and mix it in and just have it so it'll be easier to go down and you wouldn't have to worry about it because it's thick. You know, molasses is thick. So I'm having it and it's easier to mix up and go down and all that stuff. I downed it like a shot. It was good. It was fine at first. Y'all, one day I was about to go to work. I went on ahead and mixed my stuff up and I tried to drink it and I ended up throwing that up and whatever I had the night before, and I was just like, oh no. Like, I'm the type of person, when I throw up, I am all the way done. I'm not dealing with this no more. I was tired. No, can't do it. So after that happened, I didn't try it no more, y'all. I just couldn't do it. Like, I could not believe I had that reaction. So I am going against my better judgment, and I am going to try it again. So I will let y'all know, or y'all will see what's happening as far as that is concerned. But I hate how it is for me because I can't part my hair like this. My signature part, that's been my signature part for I don't know how long, goes something like this. And I can't do it because why? Look at all these gray hairs. It's just so annoying. Lord, y'all, when I turned 30, like I was good before I turned 30. When I turned 30, my hair said, what we gonna do is this. We gonna set it off on the gray hair. I was just like, what in the world? Like, you look all around here. It mainly does it on this side. Like if I pull my hair straight back, it's mainly on this side. It's a few over here. Y'all see a few specks. Like that's a short gray hair somewhere doing the most that won't come up. But anyway, my hair just does the most, y'all. I just be so tired in my spirit. So I am going to try it again. We shall see what happens. I don't know. I might have to stop again and just say, oh well, it's just my destiny to just continue to gray, because I started graying prematurely when I was 11 years old anyway, and I only had one gray hair, and it was way in the back right here, and nobody ever see it. Y'all, so anyway, so sticking with hair, I've mentioned to y'all before that I was getting some products, and I had gotten them months ago, but I haven't been as consistent as I should have been. I told y'all I was gonna revisit an old friend, which was Dugro. I had never used this particular one before, which is the anti-itch oil. The only two that I have used were this one, which is stimulating hair oil, and this one, which is mega thick formula hair oil. And I used to mainly only use them when my hair was braided. Whenever I would braid my hair straight to the back, or any type of braid, box braid, whatever braid I was doing at the time, that's when I would use that. So I'm starting that back. I usually, after I'm done washing my hair, I tend to oil my scalp anyway with one of the three of these, or sometimes mixing the two. So until I can confirm this hair serum that I want to use right here, and right here, to try to see if I can further thicken up my edges from the chemical explosion that happened to me years ago, then I'm just gonna stick with this. Nothing has been able to work. I got as far as I could get, and it's been stagnant ever since. So I used to have full edges, and I would do all the braids, I would do all the rubber bands, I would do every single thing that people love to say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you ain't gonna have no edges. I would do all that, and I didn't have no issue until that chemical blew up in my face, and I got really, really severe burns. And when it healed, some of my hairs literally slid off onto a rag, and most of it, well, not most, some of it never grew back. So I'm gonna stay on those people to see what their responses are, because I don't want it to be a situation where once I start using it, I have to use it for the rest of my life, or it's gonna be a Rogaine situation. If you don't know how Rogaine works, look that up. Just look that up for yourself, because it do the most. Don't nobody have time. All right, so moving right along, am I done with everything hair related? Kind of, sort of, but not really. So since I'm not, let me go on to more things. I am taking these, but I actually stopped. I don't really need these, but I'm taking them. I don't like pills, and I hate these because they taste and I have to take 3 of them. I was used to actually taking these gummies. I'll just take 2 of those and be done. And I do still have some, but they're in this form. And I know what you're thinking, prenatal? Yeah, that's just something that I've heard of for as long as I can remember, that people used to say was something amazing that a lot of people did not understand, that when women were pregnant and they were taking all this prenatal stuff, it did wonders for their hair because of all the nutrients that they had to have that were coming from their supplements. So I have been trying to implement all that back into my hair care regimen. I don't really need it because I don't have issues with growing hair. I've never had a problem with getting length. Never had a problem with it. Never had a problem with thickness, and I still don't outside the rest of my hair. But the only issues that I did have as far as my nails were concerned, when I used to have my nails long, I used to wear my nails like long. Wait a minute, let me turn this way. Wait a minute, let me see. The longest I would wear my natural nail back in the day would be like this long, and it would be my actual nail. And it would get to a point where every single time it would split right here. It would start with one of these particular fingers, the ring finger or the other one. It was split on the side, and then I'm the type of person, it just irks my soul if all of them aren't the same length, so I would end up having to cut them, start all over again, all this other stuff, whatever. That was before I was doing the what do they call them, silk wraps for your nails, and adding acrylic and making it look like your nail. So yeah, that was long before then. So yeah. Anyway, I digress. And also, I'm trying to implement this back into my life because it's supposed to be amazing for energy. And I don't really have that much of that these days. That has been long gone since my college days and all that good stuff, y'all. I'm just tired in my spirit. I am incorporating this, which is another pill, magnesium. It is supposed to be amazing for nerve, muscle, and heart function. I'm not doing it for the heart function part. It's just going to end up helping me in the long run because I do have heart issues that run in the family, but I have never had any issues outside the fact that I have asthma. I do have my heart does do this not really, is it arrhythmia? I'm trying to see if I'm saying it right, where one day, like one moment, it'll just randomly like flutter, and my natural reaction is just to slow my breathing down and control my breathing, and then I'm fine. But I'm not hurting or any of that. It's just something that has always happened my whole life, every other blue moon. So I'm incorporating that mainly because I have issues with my knee, I have issues with my back, I do have arthritis, and I do not have cartilage in my knees. I have not had cartilage in my knees for well over 10 to 15 years, and it never affected me until recent years. So 2 Novembers ago, the very beginning of that month, I got out of bed so that I can go to work. I actually was going to be on time because I got up an hour before I wanted to leave so I could take my shower and get ready to put my clothes on to leave. Y'all, as soon as I stepped foot out of the bed, my knee felt like it was being ripped apart, like excruciating pain. Like all I did was step foot out of the bed, and I was just like it hurt so bad. I don't know if you've ever been hurt so bad that the pain that was shooting through you, you would end up screaming, but you thought you were screaming, but you weren't. Like, I thought that I was screaming to the top of my lungs, but I was in so much pain I couldn't even scream. I thought I was screaming. Y'all, excuse my washer. That's the washer doing this little song to let me know that the cycle is ended. I got the dry going too. But anyway, that's what happened with that. So I'm trying to see if that's gonna work. And also, y'all, something I should have been doing like 5-6 years ago when one of my cousins told me about it was using this. I just got this like a week or so ago. It's MSM for short, and it's supposed to be for joint support, and this is powder form, and it's supposed to help for with your connective tissue and healthy cartilage. My cousin said something about how it helped her a lot. She's in her 40s. She doesn't look like it. She is amazing. She is one of those people that's into natural things that help you to be a better you. She's all about that good, healthy everything. So I trust her. But because I'm thinking that what happened with me is that I have a torn ligament in my knee. And I don't know, maybe it'll help. I don't know. I don't want to use glucosamine because I already know that it's probably going to spike my blood sugar, and I don't want to end up with diabetes. I'm probably already on the border. I've just never been, even though I'm huge, I have never been diagnosed and said to have had diabetes, and I don't want it. A lot of people have reported that once they started using that for joint health, they ended up getting diabetes because I guess there's so much sugar in it. It spikes your sugar like ridiculously high, and I don't want that. So I know that would help me walking and all that stuff. Y'all, if you don't have arthritis, especially if you don't have cartilage in your knees, like I unfortunately don't have cartilage in my knees, you would not understand, especially wintertime. Excruciating pain. Like, it has gotten to the point where it's almost debilitating for me to go anywhere. And I used to be the type of person that even though I'm big, I liked to walk, if nothing else. I loved aerobics, I loved exercising, I loved to walk. I could walk for the longest. I don't care where we were. I would never sit up there in my mind and be like, oh, I wish I could go home. This is getting on my nerves and all this. Like, I've got to the point now that I'd rather just go home and just sit down and not have to think about the possibility of my knee going out on me or whatever happening with my knee, because I hate going up a step. I hate going down a step now. And that's the thing. Back in the day, even if I was having pains with my knee, I had never had the slightest bit of pain going down steps. That's how I knew something was all the way wrong after this situation happened with me a couple of Novembers ago. So I think it's a torn ligament. I'm hoping that that's what it was, and I can use that stuff, build up something in there. And I don't care what happens, whether that works or not. I refuse to get any type of knee replacement surgery unless somehow my knee is completely blown off by something. I'm not doing it. I've seen people who had knee and hip replacement surgeries and they actually are worse off than they were to begin with, which is sad to say, but it just is what it is. So anyway, on to the next thing. I'm incorporating this. For me, I've never cared what brand it was going to be. I was just leery of going back into trying iron again, because when I used to get it, it was red. The pill was red, a little bit of red pill, and I would follow directions. To me, they wouldn't work, and I've just always been anemic. Nothing has ever worked for me, and I don't like liver. Liver disgusts me. Just the smell of it disgusts me, to the point of where they would cook it at school when I was in elementary school, and my aunt would have to come and check me out of school just so I wouldn't be sick. Like, I'm serious. It makes me so nauseous just to think about it. Like, I cannot. And people I know, almost everybody I know, live for liver and onions, and I cannot do it. I cannot do it. The smell of it kills me. And I understand it has all kinds of amazing stuff in it, all kinds of good iron, all that stuff. I can't do it though. Nope. So I'll be using these. These are green. They have not disturbed my stomach, which I feel is amazing, and I'm glad about it. Moving on to the next thing. I am trying these out. These are chewables. These are supposed to be amazing for your intestines, which I told y'all I have gastrointestinal issues. So I'm here for that. It has something for microflora balance. If you're a vegetarian, it's great for that. If you don't like nasty mess like me, you can have this, because it tastes like this particular one tastes like strawberries. I thought that I had gotten the ones that have no dairy in it. And I'm like, what in the world? These are wafers. Let me show you what one looks like. This looks like a tablet. And that's it. And just take one of these 3 times a day. I'm gonna get back into it. But yeah, it's supposed to be amazing, and you refrigerate it after you've opened it. Maintain your daily digestive health and optimal intestinal balance with great tasting, chewable. I ain't gonna even try to mess the name up of that stuff. Supports the growth of beneficial bacteria in your intestine tract, helps with proper nutrition, absorption, assists in the body's natural digestive process, and contributes to healthy immune function. It is the ideal way to help balance your positive flora. So yeah, this is just something I've always heard about. It's great for you, for us women. I don't know if any men use it, but I've heard it's great for women's internal areas and our midsection, our, vaginal things and whatnot. So yeah. Keeping with the same theme of some of the things I've been talking about, I'm incorporating this. One of my coworkers mentioned something about vitamin D3. And I was like, okay. The one she was telling me about, she said it had some kind of orange flavor. It just tastes like orange. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I don't really care. And I think what she was talking about was an oil. But I found this, and it's supposed to be amazing for your bones, your teeth, and muscle support. And this one is berry flavored, and it has 48 servings. So, it's cool too, because when you take it, it doesn't taste that bad. It just reminds me of slight child medicine. So I mean, it's not that bad, but I'm just like, no. I chase it with a little bit of water. I cannot. I just when it comes to anything. So I think this is pretty cool. The cap, and it actually has it where you can turn it. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. It has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Has it like a dial on here, and you can just sit it on here and line it up with the back. And I mean, even though you would know when you took it, to me it doesn't even matter. It's just the fact that you're taking it. But they just have it on there for you to just know, oh, well, when are you gonna next take it? Cool. So that is all the things that I will be ingesting that I have here with me outside of the black seed oil. That is something that I really do need to get. I think it's gonna be amazing for my intestines and everything else in my life. So since I have to take all this stuff, or at least I plan to take all this stuff, I was gonna set it off and do the most with a pill box and things, which is not necessary. So I said, let me go to Dollar Tree, ain't nobody got time. So I ended up getting this. And I just put everything in there for every single day of the week, and I'm gonna start tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. And I'm gonna start tomorrow again and try to be consistent with this stuff. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I confused myself. Wait a minute. Did I leave one of these out? I don't think so. Did I? No. Okay. I was getting the B12 confused because I was like, wait a minute, because it reminded me of something else I used to take. So anyway, I'm gonna start doing this every week, putting it in there, so it could just be an easy way to me just throw them back or chew them or whatever I'm gonna do for them, and I'll be good. So anyway, and everything else is refrigerated. I refrigerate the MSM, this vitamin D3, and these wafers. So I'm done with all of that. So today I went to the store. I needed some more that good old black, really brown hair gel, because I'm doing my hair later and it requires me to add gel at some point. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I picked this up. I have been meaning to get some of this. I've been hearing amazing things, but the problem is I don't know what's real, what's fake, because I've heard that just as with shea butter, there are so many people out here being fake when it comes to the African soaps, the black African soaps. So this is what it looks like. I think this is pretty cool. Looks really, really, really nice. I like it. Yeah, let me do it like that so y'all can see. Smells pretty good. I like soaps that smell like this, so we gonna get along. And I'm gonna show y'all what I use to apply it with, outside of a rag and a sponge and all this other stuff too. But before I do that, I have 3 more things to show you as far as my face is concerned, and it is these. I have heard of Urban Skin RX for years, and when Target had a sale, and I was here for it. I was like, yes, okay, let me see. And I bought this one, which is still Urban Skin RX. Let me get it to focus for y'all. Even Tone Cleansing Bar. And this one. This is the one that I've seen a whole lot of people use. Try to get the focus again. Focus. Focus. Now, with the first one that I showed y'all with the white strip on it, Clear Skin Cleansing Bar. This one is supposed to control oil and blemishes and deep cleanse the pores. And the second one that I showed y'all with this teal strip says it's supposed to be great for evening tone, and which means it brightens and improves uneven skin tones. And the last one was this one. And it was supposed to be anti-aging. It's supposed to hydrate, smooth, and gently exfoliate your skin. So the order in which I use them, most of the time, if I use all three of them, I use the order that I put them up here. This one, then this one. Because this one has some stuff in it and I feel it on my skin. But the way I use it, if I don't use a rag, which I try not, well, I mean, it depends. I end up using one of these. It's a face brush that I love. I love these things. I had one that had a handle on it, but I wanted an even more compact one, so I got this one. It has 2 speeds, and it is wireless. You don't have to deal with batteries. I love it. It costs almost nothing, so I was here for it. See, you charge it, the USB port. I love this. It's amazing to me. And I haven't had a reason to worry about whether or not I was going to get shocked or something in the shower because of this little port that's hidden by this. So, but yeah, normally I'll put some on the brush, or I'll just put it on my face that has already been dampened with water, and then I use it. And even though I have a really bad combination skin, you would think it'd be fine for me to use this every other day or something. Oh no, for me, maybe once, maybe twice at the absolute most, I can use this, because this is very abrasive. Even if I get the smoothest brush that doesn't have any type of real bristle type of feel to it, like hard, like this is not hard at all. Like it's just not. It's just really not. I have it's like a black or a dark charcoal color one too. And they have one that's like for makeup. But I love this. It's easy to clean, easy to dry. I usually just leave this off and let it dry. And then when I come home from work, I just reapply and then it's good. Until I want to use it again. And it lasts a pretty long time. Like I have not had this on the charger and oh my gosh, and I haven't used it either in like a month and a half. But when I was using it, because I bought this, oh Lord, last year sometime. But anyway, it lasts a while, like I'm saying, off the charger. But after a few times, out of paranoia, sometimes I just put it on the charger and charge it up, and it doesn't take long to charge either. So yeah, I think that's it as far as the face is concerned. A lot of y'all may know what this is, and you may not. You most definitely are probably familiar with the actual lotion, or lack thereof, from this brand, Queen Helene. And yeah, I like this. I put this on my skin just about every day after I've gotten out of the shower. Every now and again, I put it on my face, but I try to do coconut oil instead on my face. And if I do use it on my face, I try to use it on my nose, which peels as if it's still deep off into wintertime, as you see in my ear that I told y'all before. It just has been going crazy. But I mainly use it on my skin, and my skin loves this stuff. Also, the last thing that I have is raw unfiltered honey. This one says something about wildflower honey. I guess it's the specific flower that the honeys gravitate to, where they ended up going. And then when they did what they did at the honeycomb and all that stuff, this is the result of it. It doesn't really matter to me what brand it is, as long as it actually is real honey, which this is, and I'm glad. But I use it, y'all. When I tell y'all honey is good for just about everything, it really is. It's amazing. A lot of people don't understand that it has healing properties as well. I've had people to try to read me and be like, oh, nobody care about them country remedies. Them old country remedies don't do nothing. Yes, they do. They really do. Somebody had like an ingrown hair, and then they developed this bump, right? A really hurting bump. The bump hurt them really, really, really bad. And I said, oh, I know something that'll help with that. I told them all I had to do was put a little bit of honey on it and cover it up with a little piece of toilet paper, paper towel, or a Band-Aid. They said, it ain't gonna work. I said, I'm telling you, it's gonna work. It's gonna be less into pain, and the bump might actually be gone within a day. Y'all, when I put it on them, they got up the next day, the bump was completely almost gone, and the pain was all the way gone. And then it was like, yeah, where that honey at? Now you want the honey. You was just talking about all these country remedies don't work. You see that I am very rarely sick. Usually I'm sick because somebody sneezed directly in my face or coughed directly in my face. I've just never been the type. I usually had perfect attendance in school. I just was not that type. When I was sick, I got sick from other kids doing stupid stuff, and then I got impetigo and chicken pox and stuff like that, because yeah, kids doing the most. But yeah, I usually was in school all day, every day. I love school. I was not sick. I very rarely had a cold in my life. So yeah, I don't play when it comes to that. So last thing that I left out, this is something that I use. It's topical. I use this a couple of times a week. Doesn't matter what form. I have the one where you can y'all, that's my dryer. Excuse my little song that's playing. This is Biofreeze, and I ended up getting this on sale. It was like $6 at a Food Lion, and they had like literally had 3, and I got all 3. And I just had enough money because I had just paid all my bills, and I went in there to get some sugar or something. And I was like, let me see what they got over here. And I was like, Biofreeze. I looked at the date and everything. And I was like, wait a minute, this don't expire yet. Wait a minute, y'all done went off now. I need me some Biofreeze. And I had some already, but it was the kind you squeeze out. I politely snatched up all 3. And the people was looking at me like, but why though? Don't worry about all that. This stuff is amazing. I love it. So, yeah. Usually you got to pay $11, $12, $13, $14 for one of these, and I paid $6. So I was very, very, very pleased. But yeah, I have 2 left, and half of one that you squeeze out, which I'm thinking of taking the roller out of this one when I'm done and putting it in there. That's literally all it is. It's the squeezed stuff, and it's put in there. It's actually the gel, and the gel is just on the inside. Y'all, easy application. It smells a little bit. It's kind of strong, but I don't care. It does what I need it to do. It makes me feel like my mind is at ease. So whatever. Y'all, here's the last thing. Really, I think this is the last thing. I hope so, because I keep saying it's the last thing. Now look over, I see something else. I think this is the last thing. I don't know if you ain't never heard of this in your life, but it's everything. And I thought it was gone forever until somebody popped up with one. And I was like, wait a minute. So I have 2. Y'all, I know it's sad for me to be smiling about this. I don't care. Y'all don't understand. This actually saved me from having surgery. This is everything. Boil Ease. Boil ease is everything. So apparently I am the type of person that since I don't get sick, my doctors have always said, well, when you get these nodules under your arms or in your private area, it is because it's your body warding out these sicknesses that you don't get because you're basically never sick. And when everybody else has gone through all the flu and all this other stuff, that's when my body is trying to purge it out. And so I have a really, really, really hurting type of whatever under my arm. I don't use deodorant, y'all. I don't, because deodorant doesn't work for me. So don't even try to say, oh, it's because of the aluminum that's in your deodorant. I don't use anything with aluminum in it. I don't use deodorant. Deodorant doesn't work for me. I make my own deodorant. Thank you very much. So back in the day when I was using deodorant though, I had one of the worst cases of a boil, and it was on a part of my body where it was like my backside. And I was working at Winn-Dixie at the time, y'all. This is somewhat of a story time, but I'm trying to tell y'all. So to make a long story short, y'all, I could not even sit. It had gotten so bad that I couldn't even hardly walk. And at the time, Winn-Dixie had us wearing khaki pants. They had switched over from the black pants to the khaki pants. So I'm already looking like, look, I don't have time for this. My period be doing the most anyway. And I don't have a break until a good while after that. And I be needing to change things pretty quickly. I ain't got time. Y'all, so keep in mind, I didn't have anything covering this thing or nothing. And like by this time, it was like this size. Like it was a nice size. And y'all, it hurt so bad I could not sit. Y'all, I would get off work and slowly walk to my car, and then I would kind of try to sit, and I had to kind of sit cocked to the side. Y'all, oh my gosh, it was bad. So it was so bad that ended up going to the doctor. They said I got a consultation. They said if this doesn't go down and go away on its own within a certain amount of time, by whatever date, then they were gonna schedule me to get a surgery done. And I'm just looking like, oh my gosh. They were going to drain it or do whatever because they didn't know what it was. Well, I mean, they knew what it was, but it was really, 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 really bad. I had never experienced this before. Excuse me. Choking. So, y'all, tell me why my mama went to this neighborhood drug store. I'm trying to think of how you say it. It's called Adams. It was this drug store where you can get stuff over the counter, and people could still do their prescriptions and all this stuff. Like all this stuff was behind the counter. You couldn't just walk up nowhere and just pull this off the shelf back then. They was behind the shelf. So anyway, and it was like $15 to $20 a pop. So my mom bought one of these tubes in an effort to see if it would help it to bust. So I applied it, she's applied it, all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I'm gonna have to get this surgery. Oh my gosh, y'all, tell me why I was at work and I went to the bathroom and I was trying to change my dressing. Y'all, it started busting on its own. I was so happy. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. It was a mess, but yeah. It did help this stuff to burst, and it did relieve a lot of the pain. And y'all, this stuff is everything. You need to get some boil ease in your life. If you ever had any of that stuff happen to you, if that happens to you every other blue moon, you need to get some of this in your life. I don't know who sell it, but I get mine for free at the moment. So I'm just glad I ain't got to come up off no money for it. So y'all, if you have boils on the lips, nose, cheeks, or forehead, you need to ask the doctor first before you use it. It says do not use for more than 3 days. Let me try to see. But yeah, this was everything, y'all. I did not have to get surgery. I was so happy. Like, this stuff really did work a wonder. I was like, let me throw this in the mix because this might be something somebody need and they didn't even know it was something out there like that. This is a topical ointment. It is amazing. for the pain. It lessens the pain and it helps the boil burst. So I had a cousin, hers never did what it was supposed to do, and they actually had to perform surgery to remove the stuff that was on the inside. They had to actually surgically go in and get the stuff. Like, it was a lot, y'all. I'm just glad I didn't have to go through that. So anyway, y'all, this was a long video. I was not expecting to talk about all that, but I forgot I had all these products. So hopefully at least one of y'all got through the video and something might have triggered something in y'all that you wanted to try. Let me know if you tried any of this stuff. If you want to try some of this stuff, we can try it together and we can see what our results are. So anyway, if you have any suggestions for some of the things that you think I should try when you know I am trying to get my skin right, my skin stay setting it off, whether I'm stressed out or not, it's just not as bad as it used to be, y'all. I ain't really even concerned about the acne aspect. It's just... But anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful weekend, and I don't know, I might be back later on. I'm real tired. I have things I'm doing currently, and I gotta wash my hair, and I gotta do my hair, and I'll look like halfway decent if I come back later on. So, and I will do a 360 view if I do, so y'all can see my little work of what I've done. It's just one of my go-to easy hairstyles that I like to do. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.